I'm just wondering if I think the first is probably more likely of him switching parties, crossing the floor. The second, it's more just I'm throwing a dart and seeing if it hits anything, but it's possible. And it's a very interesting situation. And one thing of note is you haven't heard anything from Polyev, and I think there's a reason why. He's holding on to this information for when it comes time to a debate. Then he could bring this up. Why bring it up now?
Yeah,
it makes no sense. But he could bring it up then and say inclusion, diversity, all this stuff. And finally, you have a candidate that checks off a lot of these boxes, and you still don't let him run. Why? And it's just an inside. It reminds me, in that respect too, it reminds me what happened with Turner when he took over from Pierre Elliott Trudeau. And then also Justin Trudeau also today was reported as going to be appointing a bunch of senators and stuff like that. And that also reminds me what happened with Pierre Elliott Trudeau when they did a transition to John Turner. So history is repeating itself again.
Often rhymes, as they say, right?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, Kingston, Ontario. Let's go on to this story here. Kingston, Ontario.
Sure.
I hope anybody in Canada heard of Kingston. It used to be the capital of Canada one time.
Kingston, by the way, to do a little callback to something we were doing the other day, the home of the Frontenacs hockey team.
That came from the past week, right? Yeah, I totally forgot that. We're doing a little more. Anyways, so they're saying there's a food problem going on in Kingston. Kingston is not a small town. It's a decent sized city, right? It's big enough. It has an OHL team. It's a stop on the 401. It was a capital of Canada one time.
They have an on route there.